Thank you, Mr. Yonda. That's Mr. Yoda, our lead tutor. Many of you know him. He takes so many of the courses, audit and assurance. He's also part of the financial management, SFM, strategic financial management team, business environment, financial accounting, and the likes. So we are going to make this real quick. Like I said, we started 5 years ago. We started with good intentions. The two tutors I have that you can see on my screen with me here joining me were part of the tutors that started with us from the very first day. And yeah, this has been going on very well. You know, one thing about us at ICAN Online Tutors is that we never get satisfied with whatever result we get. So every diet we keep pushing, we keep ensuring that we improve our services, and all thanks to our students also, that they yield to the advice we give them, they yield to the lessons we teach them in class and stick to them. Yeah, we understand also that some of you might have not, it hasn't been a bed of roses for you, but please don't be discouraged. I mean, some of us were practically in your shoes also, and that's why we started ICAN Online Tutor. So we said, don't give up. Sometimes it's like this. Sometimes you have one or two references, especially when you do not expect it. And this is the reason why we organize this event, because some little mistakes that students make sometimes could cost it could cause them the not passing that exam. So we discuss these little mistakes that students could make, and fortunately for us, Mr. That is also I mean, he used to be an examiner. I don't know if he's still an examiner now. So he used to be one of those people that mark your scripts for with ICAN. So you can always share with us the mistakes students make. So I will start with you, Mr. Yonda. So as an experienced examiner that has marked with ICAN before, what do you think is or what are the common pitfalls that students face when writing their exams?
Good morning, everyone. Mr. Everyone, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can.
So good morning, everyone, and thanks for having me as well. My name is Yadab Duas here, and I think I'm not marketing, so, but what I used to do with Highland then was, after your exam, they used to have the solution team. So I used to be part of the solution team, and I think for this year, because I'm no longer available, but I've done that for the past 3 years now, but for 2025, I've not been part of the team. So going back to the question in terms of what are some of the things or the mistakes that students make? And from my own work, little experience, I think one of the things that maybe start with now is about not understanding the requirement of the word of the question. Because there are some times that examiner will say that, oh, these are the word, this is the requirement. But students will go a long way and do the other way around. And this is also a call to every one of us as well, in terms of what try as much as possible to always make use of the word of the examiner comment. Because I can remember sometime there was I think this one was in 2014. No, is it 2014? 2018 November. So in November 2018, there was a particular subject, but it has been removed now. And it was called, I think, Corporate Strategic Management, CSM. I know some of us will remember that. And the examiner specifically asked for certain model, and the student used another model. So let's say, for example, now, examiner is saying that, oh, use this particular word model. And the student went ahead and used another one. So meaning now that we didn't follow the requirement of the question. So, for everything that you say now, even though that particular model or that particular framework that you use is also relevant, but that is not what the examiner is asking for. So you can see now that there's not going to be any mark. Let's just be honest with ourselves. despite that what the model that you use or the framework you use there is also relevant, but that is not what the examiner is asking for. So as a result of that, now you are going to want to lose a mark. So just to what to cut it short at the beginning now is you listening to the word, to the requirement of the word of the question that, oh, this is what I'm asked to do, and you following the word, the requirement. Because if we deviate from that, then you are not going to want to receive any mark from it. So one of the things I will just start with now, Mr. Ridwan, is just that what students need to follow the requirement. Whatever you are asked to use, even there are sometimes, maybe some of us that you are doing what calculation subjects, they can ask you to use a certain formula. Let's say, for example, now on financial reporting, there are different ways you can calculate what return on capital employed. Because to you now, my return can be to me as profit before what interest and tax. Some people can say, oh, return is what profit after tax. But there are some time whereby the examiner will give you that, oh, I want you to see capital employed as this. I want you to see return as well as this. So despite you knowing the word, the formula, but you don't pay attention to the words that, oh, this is what you might ask me to what to do that, oh, if you see, if you're asked to calculate what return on capital employed, use this particular formula. And you stick with that, with what Mr. Young might give in the words in the class. But mind you, the examiner has given you a certain instruction that, oh, if you want to calculate what return on capital employed, I want you to use this particular what formula. So if you use the one that what you might give you in what in class now, and you fail to what to listen to what the examiner is saying, but you are not going to get the mark for it. Because some of us who know those are some of the what the limitation of what of ratio in terms of what they are different word, they are different formula. And maybe to all the foundations, the skills to the professional, at least financial ratio is all in the word, in the three level. So that's just an example now that examiner said, oh, use this particular formula for what? For return on capital employed. But you did not pay attention to that as well. And you just use the one that you have in class. And as a result of that, the percentage that you're going to have now is going to be different from what the examiner is expecting. So those are just the two scenarios now in terms of what examiner asks you to use this particular framework, then examiner also asks you to use this particular formula, but student didn't use that. Then you just use what you have in your book. And as a result of that, you are not going to get a mark for it. So in end product, what I'm just trying to say now is you sticking with the word with the requirement of it. Oh, what do you want me to use? And if the examiner is silent, then you cannot use your existing knowledge, but pay attention to the words of the question and pray God to make it easy for you. So let me just stop here for now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yanda, for that. So yeah, follow the requirements, stick to the question requirements. Yeah, I feel like what you have mentioned is a major pitfall for students. Like students doing things their own way rather than sticking to what the examiner has asked. So you guys can hear it from the horse's mouth. Always stick to the examiner's requirements. And this also is also to mention that it is important you read instructions before starting the exam also, because many of us do not do this, and this is another pitfall where students fall into. This is another pit where students fall into when they don't read the requirements. And we notice this a lot also at IoT, whereby when we send out a message, you people, I don't know, maybe because you feel it's too long. I know we're at a time where people hardly read, but this is an exam that you are going to spend a lot of money writing. So I don't expect you when we send, when your colleagues put messages on the groups, it's a choice, don't read them. But when we put messages on the group, read them, because we are leading you towards something, and so you should read them. We send onboarding messages to you. Many of you don't read it, because how do we know that you guys don't read it? You guys end up taking some actions that, yes, we know that you did not read. You did not read that message we dropped on the group, and it is very important to read. This is inevitable for you guys. Why? You are writing an exam, And yes, you must read all those things that we send to you, and you must follow them. You must read, understand, and follow them. And this is what your tutor has said, Mr. Inoda. Thank you so much, Mr. Inoda. I will come back to you to ask you more questions. Let me now go to Mr. Wahab Olatunji. Mr. Wahab, okay, before I ask you, I have a personal question which has to do with the courses you take, financial management and public sector accounting and finance. But before I ask, what do you think is a major piece for when students write the ICAN exams?
All right. So good day, all. So thank you for having me. And let me throw a little prayer for all that are writing the ICAN examination. And I will also use that opportunity to also remind the coordinator or the facilitator that part of our agenda, we forgot to also put it in place. So we did not have the opening prayer before this session, but it is not too late for us to still add it back to the agenda. So we pray that all that are writing this November 2025 diet examination, you shall have the cause to come back and appreciate God for you writing this exam, for you taking this bold step, and you will never regret having these steps to write this ICAN examination. So we pray that when we come back by December, what we need from you all is testimony. I have 4 paper and I cleared the whole 4 paper by God's grace. I'm having just 1 paper to clear, but by God's willing, I'm able to clear that examination. We will not have any form of outstanding, and we pray that all what we have put in our plan shall come to pass. So
Amen.
pray. So back to the question.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. So back to the question. What are the pitfalls, or why do students fail examination? I will first put it in this form. We have 2 categories of those that are preparing for the examination, most especially ICAN exam. The first category, we have the new students, and we also have reference students. What we mean by new students? Those that are taking the exam for the first time, we can regard them as new students. And we have other categories which fall under reference. Reference does not necessarily mean those that write 4 and pass 3, but reference can also be in form of some that are having 4 paper to write, but take their time to write 2 and keep the remaining 2 for another diet. It's also part of reference that you're having to write. So these are the 2 categories of students that we're having for the examination. Then our preparation will be differ from one another. And from these 2 categories as well, I can see subdivided these categories of students into 2 again. And what are these other 2 categories? We have the working class and we have full-time students. The working class and full-time students. So we have our different challenges. So the challenges that the working class will be facing will be totally different from a full-time student. The full-time students have nothing to do. Their primary
Can you guys hear me?
I hope you can hear me now.
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right. So throughout my period writing ICAN examination, due to financial issue and some other issue, I was unable to enroll for ICAN exam while in school. And most of us also fall in this category. And because of that, I find myself in a working class category, So I know what it takes and those challenges that the working class do face, the challenges that they usually face. So most of the working class face more challenges than the full-time students. So apology, I forgot to plug my system. Few seconds, please.
Okay,
all right.
that's okay.
Okay, I'm back. So now, for the working class, we are having a lot of tasks on our desks. And because of that, the lecturer, you're having 4 or 5 papers to write, and you only have weekends to do that. And your lecturers will give you tasks upon tasks. As you are getting to the office, you also have some other things to do. So with all this, you are trying to manage your work with that of your study. Now, back to the general challenges students face. General challenges that students usually face. One, Mr. Yanda mentioned part of it. And one out of the challenge that students usually face is that we derail from requirements. Derailing from requirements. And I will be using that to also attend to the categories of students that I mentioned earlier. So when I said derailing from the requirements, let me put it to the first timer that are writing the exam. What you need to know is what is the structure of the examination. The structure of the examination is key, is paramount, so that you will not find yourself unwanted with one thing or the other, or destabilized in the examination hall. So we have 3 sections of the exam. And I believe, let me believe that that section will go for all the professional foundation skills and the final stage. Mr. Yenda, I believe that is where we are making use of the same section for that examination. I know that of the skills and the professional to be the same, but I think the same thing is also applicable for the foundation. So we're having 3 sections. We have section A, section B, and section C. That is the structure of the exam. And section A, you have 1 question, and that 1 question is a compulsory question. And that compulsory question carries 30 marks. The compulsory question carries 30 marks. We have section B, comprises of 3 questions. And out of these 3 questions, you have to attempt 2. Each question in section B carries 20 marks each, and you have to attempt 2 out of 3. So 20 multiplied by 2, you're having 40 marks. 40 plus 30 from the section A compulsory question give you 70. And the third section, you have section C. And your section C, you also have 3 questions as well. You have to attempt 2 out of the 3 questions there. And each question from section C carries 15 marks each. 15 marks from multiplied by 2, that also give you 30. So combining these 3 together, section A, 1 question that is compulsory, you have 30 marks. Section B, 40 marks, 40 marks optional out of 3, 2 options. That is 40 plus 30 from the compulsory. And section C, you have 30 marks from there, 3 questions, 15 marks each, option of what? 2 questions. So derailing from these requirements may also cause one of the challenges students do face. May also cause part of the challenges. So if you have to attempt 2 questions from section B, and maybe you are familiar with the whole question in section B, you attend the whole 3 questions. Examiner will only pick 2 out of the 3 because you are required to attempt 2. Maybe section C as well. The 3 questions are so cheap that you have full understanding, and you now look at it that let me attend these 3 questions, 15 marks each, expecting that you are going to be having 45 marks in all. The only mark that is awarded for that section is just 30 marks. So if you attempt 3, examiner will only pick 2 out of that 3. So the last one you did in that section will be irrelevant. And on that 3 sections, now this will now go back to the referencing students. Sometimes we look at marks allocated to question, and from which we'll be eager to attempt these questions that are having more marks first. And sometimes there are some little information that we will need to proceed in one of those questions. And once we are unable to understand that at a particular point in time, that can throw us off balance. And the most applicable one is that of compulsory question. We have seen situations like that, whereby some students will see question 1, they now look at it, this question 1, it is on free cash flow. The requirement is free cash flow. And seeing the requirement to be a free cash flow, and you have confidence in yourself that, no matter how the examiner is testing free cash flow, I'm having 100% assurance that I'm going to get it. But when you are solving it, you now find yourself in a little tight corner. But because you look at it as a compulsory question, and information hold you tight, some will find themselves in the situation that at that particular point in time, they will start canceling. Once you cancel, you go back to it again, you realize again that you are not doing the right thing, you cancel again. At that point in time, you are causing distraction. You are causing distraction. So that is part of the problem. So I will just give us like 2 to 3 approach that you can use in order not to find yourself in a tight corner in the examination hall. So for these 3 sections questions that you are having, it is advisable attempt the question you know best. Attempt the question you know best. What do we mean by attempting the question? Attempt is different from answer. There's a difference between attempt and answering. Attempt means that in question 1, for example, you have 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D. And from that question 1, it is being substructured. You can see question 1, whereby examiner will test up to 2 or 3 topics in one question, in question 1 alone. But you now look at 1A, you can see that all necessary information you needed to use in solving that 1A, you have it at the tip of your finger. So it is best for you to do what? Attempt that question that you know that you have enough strength on it. 1B, you don't know much about 1B. My brother, leave that 1B at that particular point in time. Leave 1B at that particular point in time. You look at 1C. Can I attend this 1C? Let's assume that the question on 1C asks you to differentiate between risks and uncertainty. Then you know that you're having strength in that risk and uncertainty, and you remember it immediately. Go to 1C. Examiner will not penalize you if you leave a space for 1B and you attempt 1C. You come back to 1B at any point in time that you're having strength on it. So attempt is different from answering. So please don't let us fall into that distraction, any form of distraction. So once you are through with question 1, for example, you're having 1A, B, C, and D, and you know that you only have strength in 1A and 1D. Attempt 1A and 1D. Leave it. Go to section B. Look at the content of section B. You have 3 questions in section B. Okay, you can see free cash flow, you can see investment appraiser, you can see risk management. Can see risk management. Then from that angle, you now see that out of these three, I'm having more strength in risk management. And I can see that all these questions that I'm having in that risk management, I'm familiar with most of them. And it is very easier for me to attempt. Go for that question. It is not necessary, maybe question 2 or question 3 that you attempt first. You can go to question 4 once you know that you're having more strength in that question 4. Attempt question 4. Out of that question 4, maybe you have 4A, 4B, 4C. You don't know anything about 4A. 4A may ask you a written or theoretical question. In fact, you will still have more time to attend theoretical questions if you don't have the idea that at a particular point in time. Leave 4A that is asking for, give us the reason why there are differences between this and that. Leave that for that point in time. Look for the other one that you know that you're having the answer at the tip of your finger. Attempt that. Leave it alone. Go to section C. Section C are always 15 marks question. And the way examiner usually design that question, they may give you just one question in section C. And the one question, they may ask you to give 5 points and give an explanation on that 5 points that you are giving. Look at it critically. You have 5, 6, and 7. Question 5, 6, and 7. If it is 5A that you know, and you don't know 5B at that particular point in time, leave a space for 5B. Attempt 5A. Then with this approach, once you are able to attempt to all what you are having strength in, what you need to do, and after attempting all what you have strength in, maybe before 1 hour 30 minutes to end your exam, you have seen that you have attended to all what you are having strength in. Then you now come back again to those ones that you have left unattended. So you have make an attempt. Believe in me, with just your attempts in those ones that you know that you're having strength in order not to use your time unnecessarily, and you may lose mark in some other question that you know that you're having strength. So by that time, 1 hour 30 minutes is still enough for you to now go back to those questions that you think. It's not that you don't know most of these questions. You may think that you don't know it, but by the time that you now relax, you will now get more insight. Okay, what are the steps to be taken in doing what? In determining my income statement. Have I recognized my revenue? Is there inflation in my variable cost? So how is the inflation coming? Let me interpret it to my understanding. So once you're able to interpret it, you will now see that what you think you don't know before, you have idea of it, then you go back to it. Then lastly, once you are coming back to those ones that you don't know much, try as much as possible to attempt all. Don't forget that. Try as much as possible to do what? To attempt all. To attempt all. You have an idea. There is no how that you will not have 1 or 2 ideas from a particular subject matter. With your idea, you have something to write. And once you put that in place, you will not lose total mark. Out of 20 marks question, you have strength of about 10 marks. Out of 20 marks question, you have strength of about 10 marks. Then after you have put all your effort to that you think you have a strength of 10 points, 10 marks. Then out of that 10 marks, maybe plus or minus, you can dash the examiner 2 points, 2 marks out of the 10. Then when you come back, try as much as possible to re-understand, reinterpret, so that you will not leave anything untouched. Please take note of that. It is very key. Do not leave anything untouched. So these are the little observation that I'm having from reason why student fails. So as we continue on this sensitization, if I have any more information to share, as I remember, I'm going to put it on the chat box, or I can put up my hand for the facilitator to give me opportunity to reintroduce such. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wahab. I love the way you broke everything down into pieces. Firstly, by categorizing the students into different. So I can see some of them raising their hands. Okay, you can always raise your hands if you have questions. We will give you the opportunity to ask questions. So you can raise your hand if you have questions. And if you are joining us live from YouTube, feel free to yeah, Blessing, just hold on. I will call you very soon. Blessing Chidima, just hold on. Yeah, so if you are joining us live from YouTube, put the question in the comment section. We would be looking at it and we would read it out to the tutors. So like you said, Mr. Wahab has broken it down into pieces, first categorizing students into different categories. So some of you are students, some of you are in the working class section, some of you are family in the family section, like you have children to take care of, your mothers and everything. So, but regardless the categories you fall into, you can still write your exam and pass. And we have done it, especially people that say, I don't have time, my work takes, I leave home at 6, I come back at 10. There are still ways you can do it. It can still be done. I won't lie to you. So, Chidima, Blessing, go ahead and ask your question. Unmute yourself and ask.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for such kind of platform. God bless everyone in Jesus' name. Okay, my question is concerning attempting all questions. I think that's a major shortfall, like for myself. How do you do it? Okay, the questions usually have grandchildren. If after attempting, let's say I'm familiar with question 1A and 1D, and in section A, for instance, do I give space, as in make allowance before going to the next question that I have strength, or I should just attempt all the questions I have strength in? Let's say question 1. Okay, let me say I do question 1 last.
We can't hear you again. I hope everything is fine.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, you can. Yeah, we
okay. Then the sections where I don't have strength in, and I do it later, or when I'm attempting question 1, I should give space for those ones I don't have strength in before going to the next one. I don't know if you understand my question.
Yes, your question is
we
clear.
do. So, Mr. Wahab. Yeah, Mr. Wahab, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So I get you clearly. So using question 1, for example, it says some of them usually have grandchildren. Question 1, 1A, 1AI, 1AII. So it's possible. So what you need to do, if you are making sure that you wanted to make an attempt and you don't want to leave any question untouched, but the best way to do that, if you know 1A, you don't know 1B, you know 1C, you can attempt 1A. Immediately after 1A, you attempt 1C, but you have to state it. Let the examiner see it clearly that this is 1G that you are attempting. After that 1D, you can go back to 1B. But what you now need to do in general is that all your question 1 will fall in the same category. Maybe from page 1 to page 4 is where you are answering question 1. So you cannot answer question 1A and go to question 2B and join it with that of question 1. So the way the exam question and the answer booklet is designed, so you once you are attending question one, all your question one solution will go together, but you can do it according to how you have strengths in each of those questions. So question one, 1B can even start. You can start with your 1B when you don't know 1A at a particular point in time. So you go back to 1A, 1C, and 1B, the way you have strength on them. And that will also be applicable where question 1A is not linked to 1B. For instance, you may ask to calculate something in 1A, and 1B will now be making reference to 1A. So in that situation, you cannot attempt 1B before you attempt 1A. But situation whereby 1A is totally different from 1B, as I mentioned earlier, that there are some that in one question you can have different subtopic. So if 1A is having different topic and 1B is having another topic, they are not related. So you can answer 1B first before you answer 1A. But make sure that all your questions are together, or your answers are together. If you are answering one, let all your one questions to be together before you take a fresh page for another question. I hope that is clear. Blessing.
Yes, sir, it's very clear. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I think my network is poor. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Wahab, for answering that. Just to add to that, another way you can always do these things to know, because yeah, you could be in a situation whereby you know out of the 7 questions that you have to answer, you know there's none that you know everything, but you know them partly, like you know some of them, some of the questions and everything. So what you should also do is to weigh your options. So for example, each of them would have marks allocated to them, whether it's 3 marks, whether it's 1 mark, whether it's 5 marks. So first calculate for each question, the ones that you are sure of, the ones that you know out of those questions, how many marks are you going to get from them? So you can now look when you now scale, when you now like scale, figure out like, okay, if I answer the ones I know in question 1, I can get 25 marks. You know, there are 7 questions and you have to answer 5. So you would now use that to like rank the questions you should answer first. So the ones you know that you will get the highest marks are the ones that you should choose out of the 7 questions that you have to answer also. So thank you very much, Mr. Wahab. Okay, Mr. Wahab is on a call. So while he answers this call, let me go to Mr. Inyonda. So Mr. Inyonda, yeah, we discussed a major pitfall, which is like students do not follow requirements and everything. So now let's talk about time management. This is an area I feel like students also don't take cognizance of. Students do not know how they should manage their time efficiently and effectively when they are writing their exams. What do you think about time management? How should time be allocated? And I think now ICAN does not even allow them to go in with a wristwatch or any clock for some reasons. But we also add that there will be like a big wall clock in the exam halls. So how should they manage their time? How do they ensure that they are time conscious while they write the exams? How do they ensure that they do not waste too much time on a particular question? Kindly educate us on this.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So I think the first starting point as a student, try as much as possible to start with the question. because trust that I think that's
We are not hearing you.
Mr. Yanda, hold on. I think you are
We can't
are
hear
not
you.
audible. Yeah, I don't know whether it's your network. Can you check? Oh, we can't hear you. Are you using hands-free or something? Yeah, yeah.
Maybe you should disconnect your headset. Possibly we can hear you then.
Is it okay now, sir?
Yes, it's okay now. Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay now.
The first thing I was trying to say is try as much as possible to start with question that you know you are sure of. In terms of what, try as much. I think that should be the first thing in terms of. And when you know that you are sure of that particular question, you also need to be very careful in terms of what. There are some questions that it is very simple, but it's going to what? It's going to take your time. And I think there's a particular word, general practice. Like I can't remember how they used to calculate it. Like in the exam now, you have 100 mark. I don't know if Mr. Redon can remember. You have 100 mark, and they'll give you 3 hours 15 minutes. They will not say that you should divide the words. I think that's I can't remember. And when you know that you're sure of that particular question, so I think I think I'll remember how that computation is being done. So, but what I'm just trying to say in essence is the first thing, try as much as possible to start with question that you are sure of. And just like one of my lecturers used to say then, Dr. Salam, in terms of what you always attack from the back, whereby you start from the words. Whenever you are given an exam question, now it's like you open the word from the back, you not from the front. Because sometimes if you open from the front and it is question one, especially to the skill student, and you are not sure of, that may really affect you. So start with the word, with the question you know, and what Mr. Ridwan make mention is what is true, whereby you know that there's a work log, that you can see whatever the position that you are. Even I can remember during my own exam center, then it was in Ilorin, and we used to use the word Royal Shekina. So no matter how the location that you are within that hotel, there's already a big clock that you can see the time. But sometimes you may be carried away. So one thing that you just need to do, have that mindset that okay, for question one now, or maybe for let's say section C now that is 15 mark, you should be able to have a time. Oh, this thing is 15 mark, so I'm going to use let's say 20 minutes on that. Then this one is what now? It's 30 mark. Maybe I'm going to use 45 minutes on that. So as you are going to the exam now, especially to the skills and the professional, you have 130, you have another 20, and you also have another 15. So for each of the section, whether it is A, B, or C, you should be able to have a certain time allotted to it. That don't matter what, if you set a time for your question one is going to be 40 minutes. And once you exhaust that 40 minutes, then you should try as much as possible to move on. But the driving force of that for you to be able to keep to that time is you starting with what you know. Start with, I know this question very well, then I'm going to start with that. Then most of the time I can remember during my own time as well, I usually do question one as the last. Because I think I listened to my instruction then my lecturer gave us. Because the question one contains a lot of things, even though it is very simple and you are aware of that particular question, but sometimes it's going to be time consuming. So for the examiner to set it as number one, it's not really words. It's not for the words, it's not for the weak. So just one thing that I would just advise in input of what I'm trying to say is start with what you know first. And just like what Mr. Toses has made mention earlier, in terms of it doesn't mean that you have to start with question 1A, then question 2B, question 2B. No, you can start with B first. Okay, I'm doing question 1, but I know 1B. So if it is not dependent, if B is not dependent on what? On A, then I'm starting with what? I'm starting with B. So start with the one that you know, but you may have that limitation, especially, oh, for you to be able to solve B, then you must have what? You must have A. So please, just to save our time, start with the question that you know for, and try as much as possible have a certain time that you are going to allocate it to each of the questions. Oh, for question 1, I'm going to use 40 minutes. For this question 2, I'm going to use this time, and try as much as possible to stick with it. You have the time and the clock is there. So try as much as possible, stick with the time, and for you to be able to stick with the time, make sure you start with the question that is not really going to stress you, even though it is simple, but look at the time. Is it likely that you're going to finish that ratio or whatever the question is within 30 minutes? Despite that it is simple. So you know that it is simple, but you also need to have that time at the back of your mind. So thank you, everyone. So in general, start with the question that you know, and make sure you have a certain time allocated to each of the question. For number 1, section A, I'm doing this. For B, I'm going to use this time. For C, I'm going to use it. And make sure you stick with it, and you should be fine. So.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Inyonda. So, like, what you said, like, always reminds me of something that happened to me when I wrote one of the exams. Then it used to be, I think, financial accounting 1 or 2 at the professional level. And you guys are saying, do the one you know first, do the one you know first. Okay, so that was what happened to me. I was trying to do the one I know first, and I really enjoyed that question. And because I wanted my balance sheet to balance, I was really taking my time because I was enjoying the question. And before I knew it, 2 hours had gone. I was still on that question. 2 hours had gone. And how I knew that 2 hours had gone was that the examiner just said 1 hour left. That was when I realized that I still had 4 questions, or I think about 3 questions then, because then there was still multiple choice questions. So I just remember I still have about 3 questions to write. So I started sweating immediately. Immediately from hearing that. So, Mr. Ayanda, what will be, I mean, even if students are doing the easier questions, they're starting with the easiest question, which is the right thing to do. I think it's also important they are time conscious. And since ICAN doesn't allow me such again, I mean, ensure that you do not enjoy the question so much like me that you will now forget other questions and everything. Then another thing I used to do in the exam hall is that the whole exam is 3 hours. I will time myself to finish everything at 2 hours 30 minutes. So I'll say I'm going to time myself to finish at 2 hours 30 minutes. So the remaining 30 minutes is going to be for me to go through my answers. And usually when I go through the answers, I always realize that, oh, I made a mistake here, I will correct it. I made a mistake there, and I will correct it. So I can see some people raising their hands. So this is my advice to students. Start with the easiest one. Is the right thing to do. Don't say, let me start with the hard one, then come back to that could also disorganize you. So always start with the easiest one. So we'll take some of the questions now. I think the questions, first person, Mark Anthony.
Okay.
Came,
I'm
he came.
here. I'm here. Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, so my major concern is regarding our November diet. About 2 or 3 topics had their syllabus being changed, and it was a lot of tussle trying to actually move into the new space and the new curriculum. So I'm like, what are we supposed to expect, with regards to intensity? Do you think they'll be mad given the fact that these are new things that have been introduced, or it's going to be intense, it's going to be tough? Like, what are our expectations? especially for SFM, and I think some part of audit as well too had their syllabus changed. So I'm just saying, how would it be like? Thank you.
Sayada, would you take that for us, please? What are their expectations? I can't change the syllabus. You know, some people will say, this first diet will be hard, though. I will not take the exam. So what are their expectations? Should we expect the exam to be hard, or should we expect it to be easy? So what should be their expectations? What do you think about the new syllabus? Do you think there was a significant change that could derail students on their first attempt? Kindly advise us, Mr. Yonda.
Yeah, I think for my own end, I think it's those as the syllabus is for example, you are going for a new exam with new syllabus. To be honest with you, it comes with challenges as well. Let's be honest, because there are some things that you can't see it in the past question before, because it is not there. So that is the challenges of you starting with a new syllabus. But because let's say, for example, now in May Diet, maybe to the SBR students now, you don't have sustainability standard S1 and S2. But now you have IFRS S1 and S2. That's a challenge, because you don't know how the examiner is going to really frame the question on this is S1 and this is S2. So one thing that I would just advise as well is, especially the one that is newly introduced, at least make sure that you are really convenient with it, because there's no past record of how the question is being tested. So one thing that you can do, you are going to do a lot of work, to be honest with you, whenever you are starting with a new syllabus. And I think I qualify in words when the syllabus was about to end before they introduced another. So, because as my lecturer, I can remember them because I was still in school. So my lecturer is already saying that, okay, make sure you pass this diet too, because they are going to introduce. So, and the mindset is that even me then, I was like, oh, I don't want this new syllabus to meet me. And to be honest with you, God answered my prayer then, because the new one, I was not part of it. So I still use, because in the existing one, you still have the past question. They have tested majority of the word of the question. But in this new one that you are going now, you don't know, especially on the new one that is harder, how do you want to navigate it? So please, it's challenging. Let's just recognize it. From my own end, I recognize it. And I even from my own experience, I think God answered my prayer that new syllabus I was not. And what Mr. Ridwan mentioned is actually true. Even there are some people, okay, let me leave it and let me watch how they will set the question. Then I will now come back and come and write it. And those of us that we are writing the last diet, we are also praying that, I don't want to. So it's a little bit tough sometimes, but just make sure that especially the new one that is added, try as much as possible to be convenient with them in terms of what you have to read it, because you don't have any past question to fall back on. And just make sure you read those new one as well that is newly added, so that when you get to the exam, because you don't have any past question to really fall back on. And to be honest with you, it depends on the exam. I can remember whenever there's a changes, at least there's a particular word. I think this one is not ICAN, but in ACCA, whenever they introduce a new standard or a new framework is life, the next diet they will surely test it. So, but I don't know about ICAN, but I know of ACCA. Whenever there's a particular section in advanced audit, they usually tested that section whenever a new framework is implemented, or a new accounting standard is life. But I don't think maybe ICAN does that. So that is some professional exam body that, once there's a changes in the new syllabus, the area that is newly introduced, if you are going for the next diet, they will surely ask you that question. But those are West. At least it's white. White is usually pure. I'm sorry, because they will tell you that okay, this is what I'm going to do, and they are going to do it. But it's we Africa that we are not really what. I don't really know how okay, but if even to the word in other exams that they will inform you that oh, your question one is from this, so you are prepared already for it. But in our own is what life is usually somehow hard. I'm sorry to say that, but that's the truth. So I pray God will make it easy for you, but just make sure what the new one that is newly added as well, you are very, very good at it. And the existing one that you have the past question, then you use that one as a backup. So I think that's what I would just add, Mr. Redron. I don't know if my
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Iyanda. Yeah, so we are blacks, but we are also still straightforward. So, but let me quickly add to what Mr. Iyanda said. That was kind of funny anyway. So, firstly, is that okay? As regards the standard that you mentioned, that when a new standard is introduced, so the last I know of ICAN is that when a new standard is introduced by the body responsible for introducing new standards, ICAN will not set it until after 6 months. So it wouldn't be set until after 6 months. So it won't be set immediately. So don't panic about that. Then also as regards the new syllabus, I think I have been a victim of transitioning from old syllabus to new syllabus. Yeah. So I can say one or two things. And I took the exam, and this is what I will tell you. Yes, the new changes, the new additions that they added to the syllabus should be like something you should try and know. Then, because I remember then when I took PSAV as part of the new syllabus, I remember they asked about in fact, this wasn't even in the syllabus at all. So, but they wanted to, it was the current a new introduction into the system, and they wanted to ask about I'm trying to remember these things. It was something that the government introduced then about stewardship, and they just asked about it. So really, number one, I don't think it's something you should panic about. And number two is that you can also look at other professional accountancy bodies that might have introduced those parts earlier. So for example, if ACCA has introduced it earlier, you might want to go and check the questions that ACCA has set on it. So you might want to see questions that ACCA have. But I'm also sure that your tutors would have done justice to those questions. So don't panic and feel free. So before we go ahead, I have two questions here that I want to ask questions. But before we take your questions, let me use the opportunity to introduce Mr. Afis Adebimpe, who is part of our team. Is the lead tutor for corporate and business corporate and business law at ICAN Online Tutors. He's also part of the team for financial reporting and corporate reporting. For a long time, he used to head the standard part of, he used to take the standard part of financial reporting and corporate reporting, but unfortunately, he was unavoidably absent to take standard for this diet. But you guys must have come across the videos from previous diets on your course board. So thank you so much, Mr. Hafiz. Can you turn on your videos and introduce yourself? Let them know you by face, so that when they see you outside, they can ask you for urgent 2K.
And he's a very rich man.
He's a very rich man. You can see his scalp. You can see his filler.
I don't even have just okay. Well, I'm sorry. I just have to park somewhere for this call.
Thank you so much.
Please, anytime you want to help. Yeah, that is in. I'm sure MD is not in the country too. I'm in Nigeria trying to make ends meet. So who is Richard? So that being said, my name is Afis Adebimpe. I'm sure if we have the business law student on the call, they know me so well. We've been together for the past 3 months now. I also believe for those in skills and finance that I've been privileged to, take class on CR and FR with them. They also know me. Sorry, I'm a man of short word. I don't know how to introduce myself, but my name is Apis Adebimpe, and if you have questions for me, I'm happy to let you know the response. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hafiz Adebinke. So you all can now see Mr. Hafiz Adebinke. So when you see him outside, remember to ask for your urgent 2K. All right. So let's take okay, let me also use this opportunity to introduce Ini Indioko, which is who is also part of our team, and she's part of some of the courses at the foundation level. She takes business environment, financial accounting, and I think audit and assurance. Ini, could you turn your video and let them see you so that they can also view you also? And Ini also seems to be one of our old students. So she passed through, she took her exams with us at ICAN Online Tutors, and she qualified with us before joining us as a tutor. So Ini, can you turn on your video? Let them see you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm shy.
You don't want them to be you. Okay, that's fine.
I don't want them to be me. Yeah. Me too, I'm looking for who to be.
The student that will build tutor, not tutor that will build students. So please.
It can turn 2025. Anything can happen now.
Anything can happen. Okay,
Good morning,
that's
everyone.
Ini.
Yes,
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for joining the call. So let's take a few questions before we now ask you some questions about the ICAN exam. So Quadri Rabiu, can you go ahead and unmute yourself?
Good morning, sir. Okay, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, good morning. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, hopefully I'll also become like Ini sometimes in the future, to come back from being a student to become one of the tutors. Those, I hope so.
I'm
Let me
looking
just
forward to
put
that.
that one aside. I would like to specifically ask tutors, because whether we like it or not, even the smartest one gets involved in examination phobia, and then we have heard a lot of how will I say, ways of how we can actually get this done so far. But I want to put it to them also, like I know their schedules are kind of tight, all of those things are very very busy. For all of them have their own life things that they are doing, but would like to actually have them to be on standby background for us, like in the next week, because now the pressure is getting worse. Yeah, like we have already observed lectures, we have covered a lot of things. As you're opening, like one of my friends will say, the more you cover, the more you discover. Like as you're covering it, you are discovering. Yeah, so and then there are different approaches. So I want to use this minute to please implore them that they should please. It's just this coming 1 week, we would have a lot of questions. Especially me personally, I will try to relate, because whenever I'm during those peak time, once I start having any kind of issue, it could distort a lot of things I've read in the past. So I would want to have instant, how will I say, justifications to whatever my issues may be. And I believe some of other students may actually share the same plight with me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Quadri. I hope I got that name. Yeah, thank you, Quadri, for that. Yes, your tutors will be on standby, but because of the large number of students, this is what we would advise. Yes, they will be in the group. So number one, don't chat them personally. Put your questions in the group. And this is the reason why we say don't chat them personally. If everybody is chatting them personally, then it's going to be a lot for them to answer. So they might miss some of your questions. They might miss some of what you have to say. And the thing is that when you chat them personally also, the question you're asking, other people are asking. So why don't you ask on the group? They answer you on the group, and every other person that wants to ask a similar question gets the answer and they don't have to answer them individually. So that's why we say don't chat them personally. So put it in the group. Thirdly is that we also want other students to like interact. So some of these questions you are asking, I will tell you that if your peers are answering, don't be quick to believe what they are answering, because they are also testing their knowledge. You understand? But we want these peer-to-peer interactions between students. So, for example, if they are asking questions, if you ask a question, some of your peers might be quick to answer you, and yes, they can be correct, and also they could be wrong. So, but nevertheless, your tutors will come in between to give clarity on the question and answer it properly if they are wrong. So it enables them to also like know that, oh, do they know this question in case it comes into exam. So yeah, your tutors will be available definitely. So we take a few more questions. We have Abdurrahman Aruna. Please go ahead. Abdurrahman Aruna.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And thank you for all the effort you've been putting into all of us as students collectively to see to it that we pass our exams. So my question really is more of like somewhat individualized because for me personally, I didn't even realize I was going to write financial management on time. It was, I think, late last month because as at August, my student status in the portal was not updated. It was still showing performance management only. So now that I know that everyone will have to write the financial management, my question is there a way one can, will I say, area of attention or area of concentration rather, that could be shared based on the fact that I understand it's a course that was taken from SFM and part of performance management. So yeah, thank you.
Okay. So firstly, sorry about hearing that late. I don't know, that must have been a technical glitch on the part of the institute. But I mean, when we held our open day at the beginning of this diet, we clarified that yeah, all students that have not cleared all their papers at the skills level were going to take financial management. But nevertheless, I will let the lead tutor for financial management, who is here, Mr. Wahab Olatunji, to answer your question. Then I will add to that. Hope you got the question, Mr. Wahab.
Sorry, let me have the question once again.
Okay,
Apology
so the
about that.
question is that for financial management, since it seems to be like a newly introduced course for them, is there an area they should concentrate on? Like, if you understand, like AOC.
AOC.
Yeah. So the also the questionnaire joined realized that I was going to take FM late, and so it's like trying to ensure that it covers as much as possible and concentrates on certain areas.
Okay. On the area of concentration, generally, ICAN did not. ICAN is not designed for AOC. ICAN is designed in such a way that you have to have knowledge of all the sections that you are expected. Section A, we have a particular questions that you will be expecting mostly. Section B, there are related questions to be expecting. Section C, there are also some specific questions to be expecting. And being that the financial management is a newly introduced topic brought back to the skills level. But the idea that I'm going to share with us for that aspect is that, one, all the topics that we treated, all the topics we treated, they are examinable. All the topics treated are examinable. Then, aside from that, the one that is mostly important in all is your investment appraiser. Expect it. Your investment appraiser is key. To expect that, and it is not a simple investment appraiser. Let me call it a mid-advanced investment appraiser. So, and we have done that. Your mock exam is also another point for you to see a similar question that you'll be expecting in relation to your investment and appraiser question. Aside from that, the one that is very, very, very important again is your cost of capital. Cost of capital. A cost of capital is key. Before, the cost of capital is a topic at the final level, strategic financial management, before the introduction of financial management. And then there is no how you want to write strategic financial management without you having knowledge or study cost of capital. So cost of capital, there is no how that examiner is not going to test it. And all the aspects of cost of capital, we have done justice to everything in that regard. Then your working capital. Working capital is also paramount. So all aspects of your working capital is also key. So aside from this, you have what is called business valuation. Yes, business valuation. So business valuation is also among the portion that examiner give, I think 15% to 15%. So from that, the remaining theoretical aspect of your financial management, all theories, because it is combined with both practical and theory. And the entire syllabus, the practical aspects cover about 60%, and the remaining 40% cover the theoretical aspects. So then any other material, any other topics that you also feel like adding to these ones, they will be an added advantage to you. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Olatunji. So you have it there. I don't know. You've seen the question answered by your tutor on financial management. So I wish you good luck. I feel the videos we have for financial management on your course, but also on your course dashboard is sufficient also. So try and review the videos also, and I wish you success. We are on our own part, we are trying to do something for financial management, but I don't think we are going to meet up. But the quiz section also should be available for you to practice, also to test your knowledge also very soon. So
sorry, please, I forget to add one more thing to it.
Okay.
So your risk management. So the risk management aspect is a very light one at that level. So the complex one will be taken at the final stage, strategic financial management. And Mr. Onwem has done 100% justice to that risk management. So please, I don't think we are going to have any question. There will be one question from risk management. And I don't think there will be any question that will be coming from risk management that is not at your fingertip. Mr. Onwem has done justice to that. It is a very light one that examiner will be testing at that level. Then the mock solution, I appreciate my senior colleague, Mr. Yomite. He assisted me to do some revision on that mock question. So what I'm going to do, the solution, I think I've started compiling it now. So I will compile the solution in such a way that it will be very self-explanatory for you all to understand. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Wahab. Thank you so much. I believe you will still have an opportunity to meet with them because you missed the solution to your mock, which Mr. Ariam took on your behalf. I guess you would also be still have one more session with them.
I will be available tomorrow.
Okay, so yeah, so Mr. Wahab is available tomorrow to take a live class where he would be discussing more with you. So look forward to that session, please. So, Mr. Afis, your attention is needed here. I want to take some questions from the chat. So somebody is asking, Are we no longer having multiple choice questions in foundation? I guess this person didn't take the mock exam. So, but I will allow Mr. Hafiz to answer that question. Mr. You need to unmute yourself, Mr.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Okay, so the way the question is structured as at today, but we have new syllabus and it will be, the testing will be this diet. So for now, what we have is two parts. Section A, which is OBJ, what we call OBJ. Section B, which is essay, that we call theory or case study, depending on how you want to do it. So for short answer question, maybe it will start again this diet, but as of today, the two sections that we have is the objective question and the theory question. Hope that answers your question.
Yes, it answers the question. So I don't think there's short answer question. The exam format is still the same. It's only the syllabus that has changed. So it's still the same exam format for everyone at all levels. So we'll take, okay, one more question. I think this question should be answered by Mr. Yonda. So somebody is asking, because this time around we are not displaying the answer booklet. So, but I know, sometimes, Mr. Yonda, you have question 1A, maybe question 1A, question 1D, question 1F. In between, you don't know some questions. So can I, you don't want to answer them yet because you are still thinking about it, trying to understand the questions. So can I answer question 1A, 1D, 1F on the first two pages or on the first page? Then answer my question, part of my question 2 on the next page, part of my question 3 on the next page. Then on the other page again, I start answering my question 1B, question 1C, which I had left before. Is it okay I do it that way? Or because if I start with question 1, do I have to leave some space to ensure that it follows the same sequence? Or do I have to do I leave space to for the ones that I've not answered yet, or can I answer the next questions? And can I answer maybe question 1A and question 2C on the same page? Please give clarity to this, because this is an area this question the person is asking in the chat has to do with this.
Okay, thank you very much. And one thing let me start with this. Always try as much as possible to make your marking to be easy for your examiner. So that is one thing I would like to say. Make it easy for the examiner. And just like what Mr. Tunji and majority of us have also agree on, it's not necessary that you have to start with 1A before you can do 1B. I can start with 1B, then I'll do 1C later. Then I can say, oh, this is 1B, the next one is 1C, the next one is 1D. So there's no chronological order for you to answer. But there's a clause to that, which Mr. Tunji also make mention. In terms of work, there are some time whereby, let's say, for example, now let me relate it to the foundation level. Let's say the examiner asks you to do what now? The examiner asks you to prepare marginal and assumption costing. Let's say the first one is for you to prepare operating statement using marginal costing. Then the B part is for you to prepare operating statement using absorption costing. And I'm very, very sure that, A now is assumption costing. B part is is marginal. Then the C part now is about reconciliation of the two. Because the profit that you have under marginal now is not going to be the same thing with what you have under assumption. So you can see now that I can't start with requirement C now unless A and B is completed. Because C now is saying reconciliation of the two. Because the profit that you have under marginal is going to be is not going to be the same with what you have under assumption. So I cannot do requirement C now, which is the reconciliation of the two, without having A and B. So at requirement A now is what is absorption. Requirement B is marginal. Marginal is simple. I can start with what marginal costing first before assumption costing. But I just need to what to label it that, oh, this page one now, there's no need of you leaving a space. So just start with what now? Oh, my page one now, which is what is 1B, is what marginal costing. Then I will go to the what to the next page. Oh, this one is what now? Question 1A and is on assumption. Then I cannot do the what? The last one, which is what now? Requirement C. Because you cannot do C now. C has to do with the reconciliation. You can't do C without you having to do what? A and B. So there's no what chronological order, but sometimes there are some questions that depend on the previous requirement. And this is an example now. I cannot start what requirement C without doing what A and B. So just make sure that you label it. There's no word, and you'll be good. That, oh, let the examiner know that, oh, I'm starting with 1C. I'm starting with what B, I'm starting with D. So one is clearly labeled. And one thing that Mr. Tunji also make mention, which is also fine, it's not as if, for example, now you are doing question 1. Let's say you do question 1A. Then the next one will not be what question 2. That you now jump the question. Then later in the long run, you will now say that, oh, this one is what 1C again. After you have done 1, 2, no, make it easy. So start with what now? This is 1. Once you are through with 1, it doesn't mean how you arrange it. Then you cannot go to what to question 2. Then you can flow like that. So make sure that is what it is accordingly. Before I can say that, oh, I want to do question 2 now. Make sure that what, even though I'm not starting with what, I'm not completing 1 initially, but make sure that there's enough space. So that 1 is what is exhausted now. I know that the next answer is what is 2. So if you are not what, if 2 is not completed, leave enough space that, oh, you are still going to come back and do the 2. But don't start with what now? Oh, this is question 1A. Then you now go to what to question on 2. Despite that you are not through with what with question 1 first. So please just make sure that what, oh, everyone, this is 1. You complete 1, then you go to what to 2. But it doesn't mean now that, oh, it is what you have to start with A, you have to start with B, you have to start with C. No. You can start with any of your choice if the question is not depending on what on the previous what requirement. So that's just it. Thank you, Mr. Rida.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yonda, for that. So you've had it from Mr. Yonda. Make the work easy for the examiner. So I try and make your work as neat as possible. You understand, so that there's no confusion. The examiner doesn't mean. But I mean, also make sure you label the questions you're answering properly. And please don't answer 2 questions on the same page. Very important. Even if there is a lot of space after you answered question 1, that you can start question 2 immediately. Leave, even if it's only 1 line you used in that question 1, don't start question 2 on that same page. Start question 2 from a fresh page. Please don't make that mistake of doing that. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
So okay, what does you want to ask something?
Just say that it's your money, so you have to make sure you use it.
Yeah, so you can collect extra sheet. Oh,
you can collect extra. I think I was telling my foundation students sometimes, like, okay, if you know that word, maybe you pay like close to 100,000 naira for it.
You can collect extra sheet. It's your money. They will attach. There's a rope. I think they used to use rope before. I don't know what they use now. So there's the rope you collect to attach all the extra sheets that you have collected. So don't think like, what will people think of me, that nobody has collected extra sheet. If you need extra sheet, please collect. Please. So because this is the phobia we are talking about. This is, people will look at, why will I be the only one to take extra sheet? If you need extra sheet, take. You understand? Yes, we're writing the same exam. It doesn't mean some of you, your handwriting is bigger, some of you it is smaller. So don't mind that. And because others are not collecting extra sheet does not mean you are doing the wrong sheet. You are doing the wrong thing rather. So if you need extra sheet, collect extra sheet. You understand? So we'll take more questions, but before we take more questions, I want to recognize one of our tutors, who is the lead tutor for advanced audit and assurance, Mrs. Indojesit. Is it Akpabio? Yeah, Mrs. Indojesit Akpabio. I hope I'm correct. So, Mrs. Indojesit, can you turn on your video and introduce yourself properly, so that our students can view you when they see you outside?
They have to bill in dollars, please.
In dollars, okay. You can hear that. Oh, I wasn't the one that said that. Oh. So when you see her, bill her in dollars, because it's like I think she earns in dollars.
Is it only in dollars? What of pounds?
Let's see you so that they will bill you. I cannot see you on the screen. Let's see you on the screen.
I'll turn on my video later.
Okay. She doesn't want us. She doesn't want you guys to bill her in dollars, but you know. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate. We have some questions for you later. So please stay tuned.
All right.
So I want to take the next question. So next level. Is that not the name of a tuition house? Next level, go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. Next level is I'm going to I'm already in the next level. I'm
You're
speaking
already in
into
the next level, yeah. By God's grace, you are there already.
Yeah, man, thank you so much. So I don't know if it's late to ask this, but I need help.
Okay.
It's just 1 week remaining. But then each time before now, I started lectures quite early and in July and all of that. And then they always ask us to go and practice questions. I was scared of solving questions, like except theoretical. I think my strength is in theory aspects. I do well there. So I just feel scared to confront questions. But then along the line, it's kind of I'm not so good now, but it's just still there. That's fear is still there. But then there's another thing that happens. Each time I see a question, it will be as if I've not even read anything. Like it will be as if I've not even done anything. And it scares me. Like I'm like, what have I been doing all this while? So I don't know if it's maybe time to just understand and read. And we're talking about exam here. Time is going. So do I have to read the question and read before I understand? But the summary is just I just feel once I see a question, I'm like, what do I even start? What's the first thing to do apart from say maybe LP limited calculation of this? So what next do I do? So it's just like once I see a question, it will be as if I've not been studying at all. I need help.
Yeah.
I beg.
Okay. No problem. So I will allow Mr. Hafiz to take this question, you know. So Mr. Hafiz, thank you so much.
Yeah, the question is actually next level in nature. If you want to agree with me, next level is always tough, and you need to feel the impact of the challenges that come at the next level. So I think it's just fear, and it could mean that you've not studied to that level that you could be able to answer questions. So my advice for you personally is that take out fear, focus on the topic they've discussed with you in the class. As a matter of fact, you can go back to all those questions, resolve them yourself, go to the past question, check questions, attempt it, check the solution, but take out fear. It is fear, nothing more. And it could be that you've not studied to that level. And one thing about ICAN is this, and for those that know me very well, I tell them that when the exam is approaching, it's my own personal idea. I don't believe in past question because past question will limit you to those areas that they are testing. Just like in your dad or someone mentioned that ICAN is not built for AOC. So try as much as possible to study within the syllabus that have been given to you and attempt it. With that understanding, go to the exam hall. We are Nigerians. 50% of what we do is to leave it in the hand of God, right? To leave it in the hand of God. So the fear, you take it out, try to intensify the little more of what you can study, and go to the exam. But I can tell you, next level is always like that. It's very scary. When you get to the next level again, you get this fear till eternity. So don't be scared. Move to the next stage. Enjoy the moment. That's what I can say. It's my personal opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hafiz. And I can't agree less with you. It's actually fair, and I've been there. And I can't remember any ICAN exam I took that when I opened the questions, I didn't feel like I didn't know anything in this exam. I think that has always been my experience. Once I open the questions like this, the first thing that comes to my mind is that, I didn't prepare for this exam. Always, you understand? So usually it is just fair. So yeah, go through the question the first time, breathe in, breathe out, relax. It's not a race. You understand? Usually when I look at my own questions for like the first 15 minutes, sometimes I don't write anything. I'm just looking at the question. I'm just going through the questions. Because it's like, if I say, we do see these things. But when I now start looking at it for the second time, once I relax, I put myself together, I relax, and I look at the questions again. I realize that, I actually know this thing. I actually know this one. I actually know this one. So I pick up myself back and start answering the questions. So fear is the major thing here. And this is why I think from my experience, from talking with students over time, if number one reason people actually go for these exams and they don't pass it is number one, fear. So number one, remove the fear. I don't know. I've seen people pay for exams, and at the end they say they didn't write the exam because they felt they were not sufficiently prepared. I mean, what difference would they have made if you took the exams also? So it's actually fair. It's actually fair on your students' part. So why are you scared? What are you scared of? Even people that are not as brilliant as you, they have taken this exam, they have passed because they do not have that fear. They had that courage to face the exam and write it. You now say fear. I've seen people doing the exam more that they get their question paper, they looked at the question paper, and they started sleeping. I used to think about it. How will I pay money and then go for exam and sleep? Even just because I think I'm going to fail this exam. I'm not going to ever do that. You understand? And the thing is that we've simplified these things for you. These videos that you people don't take serious, take them seriously. You can cover at least as much as, I mean, if you take your leave and everything, if you don't do maybe on a typical day like this, Saturday and Sunday, you can cover as much as 3 to 4 videos conveniently, of which I know most of you would have covered the videos now, and probably you are practicing towards answering the questions. So the fear is that you expect the examiner you expect ICAN to set the questions in a way that you have seen before. And no, they might not set the question the way actually. They might try to twist the question, and this is where people always get it wrong, because now they have twisted the question. They have used different wordings, they've changed the language, they've used one big grammar. You think it's one different question they're asking. It's still the same question. They've just changed the wordings, they've just changed the grammar, they've just changed one thing or the other there. So don't be scared. You understand? Face it, pass this exam, and move to the next level. And I pray that you will be in the next level. You all been in the next level come December this year, when your results will come out. You all be in the next level. Thank you so much. So I'll take another question now. Yeah, take care. Next level. Okay, next question. Visola. Visola, please. Visola, are you there?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so for me, it's a personal question. I've been writing
Yeah,
this
go ahead.
exam. I think the last time I wrote it was my fourth time, and I've been
Okay.
having the same score. No, I think this will be my fourth time writing it. So I've been having the exact score. And these are different diets, these are different questions. And the first time I wrote the exam, I scored 19. The second time was 19. May this year again, I wrote it was 19. So I don't know, is it that my exam number has been marked that, oh, anytime this person writes this exam, this is the mark or this is the score you guys should give the person. Because I can't seem to understand it. Even if the question I attended the previous diet and this diet, at least there must have been a difference, like even if it's just by 1 mark, maybe 20 or 21, but it's the same score. So I don't know what's really going on. And with that, I'm praying about it, even if it's my village people. God should help me. Because I really don't know. So I
Okay,
don't know
thank
if you
you.
have to say about it. Maybe there's an advice any of the tutor or yourself can give.
Okay, thank you so much. So yeah, number one is that I don't want you to have that thinking of village people. I know I know you probably that's just a joke. So let's forget about village people. It could just be a coincidence that you are having the same score all over and over. But what I can say from your question is that mark is really low. 19 is really low. And I don't know how many diets you have spent with us. We have one of the tutors for FR here, and I'll let him answer. And also, I would want maybe one other person to contribute to that answer. So, how long have you been with IoT? Are you joining us for the first time, or
Yes,
you've been with us in a while?
yes, I joined last time and I wrote the same
Last
FR.
night, you joined last night.
Yes.
Okay, you joined last night. Okay, that's good. So if you just joined us, yes, it's a good way to understand you. So I want you to chat me personally at the end of this call also. So you can chat me on 0808 066 5292. But I'll allow Mr. That I'll put the number in the chat box. Please, I'm only asking now to chat me. I don't want everybody to start chatting me on one thing or the other. So I'll allow Mr. Hafiz to answer that. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Mr. Hafiz, can you hear us? It seems to be breaking.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah, go ahead.
I said you started calling it. Some of typing. So that's my internet.
Mr. Hafiz, I don't know if I'm the only one that I think you are breaking. Or is it from my end?
What about now?
Can you guys hear him clearly?
What about
No,
now?
I think
he's
it's from my
breaking.
end.
It's
Though.
actually
Oh.
breaking. Network is breaking.
I think it's fine now, Mr. Hafiz. Go ahead. Let's see.
So on a lighter note, the MD is calling the number. I started calling the number, but they don't end the number. Why? Some of us are typing the number. You didn't finish calling the line for us.
Okay, the number. No, yeah, I didn't have the number now. It's for Bisola. I've already asked her to chat me. 0808 066 5292. But
Okay,
usually,
thank you.
I only ask Bisola to chat me because it's a special case. So we want to know if you have a similar case. Also, you can chat me because sometimes we do this. We want to know what the student could be facing personally. So if you have a similar case, also you can chat me. But I don't want everybody chatting me because I might end up not answering all those chats. So if you have a similar issue of a very low mark and you've joined us previously, because I would like to have like a one-on-one chat with you to understand what the problem could be and see how we can provide a solution. So that is it.
Hello,
Yeah.
sir. Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can.
Yes, sorry, sir. I was trying to take down your number and then I was logged out of the call.
Who is that? Is this Bisola? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I tried to write down the number.
Yeah, so I got logged out.
Okay, I think I'll put it in the chat now. I'll put it
Okay.
in the chat, yeah, for everybody to see. But please, like I said, it's just if you have something, have a similar case like Bisola, that you should chat me. So, Mr. Afis, go ahead, please.
So what's the question? I think I missed out on that.
Okay, so the question is that she has been taking his financial reporting for a while, and she has taken it maybe 3 times. This is going to be her 4th time, and in every diet she scores 19, the same mark every diet. So she's asking, is it that is it that they made that mark for her personally, that why she's scoring the same mark over and over and over again? One, or she also said she's also praying that if it's her village people, that hope she passes the exams this time around. So I told her that the mark could just be a coincidence and has nothing to do with village people or any other institution and everything. So I asked her when did she join us. She said last diet, which she also had 19, and this is going to be her second attempt with us.
19 also, where's online
You said what?
for last diet? What was that?
Yes,
Last
19.
diet?
19. She scored
19.
19 again. Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Hi. So one thing about ICAN is that, and I can tell you for free, some people have been scoring 49 for the past 5 diets now. But there's always a solution, right? It's something that looks funny. I could see reaction, and I also try not to laugh, but I ended up laughing. That is, I can tell you is that I think as a Nigerian, right, you also need to pray. Like, why am I having this? My God, don't believe in family, whatever, village people. I don't believe in that, even though it exists. But because you have to take your mind off that so that you can progress in life. Just pray and intensify your effort. I think that's what I will tell you. Another thing is, if you also sit and do a kind of reminisce about the exam, remember, okay, how did you attempt it? Look at the past question. I think at this point, past question will make sense for you. Look at the past question. Look at the way it was. If you want to save, you are going to say joints. Then that is what you will work on. Personal advice for Ibisola. But by God's grace, you a success. This day will be a success. To see you final session. So you are going to laugh it at the end of the day. You are going to laugh it. I can tell you for free. Thank you. Bisola, I hope that makes sense to you.
Sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sorry, I had to step out real quick. So, Miss Solar, please. Okay, let me call the number out again because I'm unable to drop it in the chat. 0808 066 5292. If somebody can drop it in the chat for me, I would appreciate, but I'm unable to drop it from my own end. So it's 0808 066 5292. So chat me on WhatsApp, please. No calls, just WhatsApp message. If you have a case like this, chat me. We will discuss one-on-one. So Damilola, Ogunwo.
Sorry, MT. Bisola, please feel free to chat me too.
Okay. I think
Send
you should
those
drop your
loud,
number in the chat.
Yeah, just chat Adebimpe on the platform. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
so let's take the next question. Bisola, Damilola Ogunwo.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is actually my first time joining in IoT. But I was opportune to join the last sensitization program like this, and it really helped a lot. And I really want to appreciate the effort that everyone put in making this a progress for us. My question now is, how should I phrase it? Okay. I remember when we started this sensitization, you said you were going to tell us that what we need to do between now and the next 9 days. Now we have 9 days and let's say 12 hours to this so-called examination that we have been studying since God knows when for. Now, my question is, within these 9 days and 12 hours, what can we do? Because the challenge I have is I am doing 3 papers, but I have read one, I've read 2 actually. I'm on the 3rd one, focusing on it. But I discovered that if I'm solving questions on that 3rd one, okay, for example, I was working on cash flow last night, and I discovered that capital rationing was entering into my head as I was doing cash flow. And I was wondering that if I continue like this, what is going to happen to me between now and Monday that I'm writing this exam? If I say, okay, let me do another thing, I'll be seeing, what's it called? Weighted average cost of capital. And the challenge is, how do I separate all these things in my head that, okay, if I want to do what was it called? Revaluation method under PPE, I will not mix it up with cost of capital under financial management, or I will now start going and doing risk management. In fact, it's just a whole lot messed up in my head. In my head, personally, I don't know about my other participants, but in my own head, the whole calculations are beginning to mix up. Maybe because, like they said, it's fear. I don't know. Or maybe because we are moving closer to the exam. That is why those things are beginning to get mixed up. So
Okay.
please, if there's
Okay,
any
we get your
assistance,
question.
thank you.
This one is going to take some time for us to answer because everybody on this call is going to have to say something. Mr. Hafiz, do you want to go first? Because
Yes.
okay.
You know the beauty of asking the question is making it so much interesting that he's also seeing it as something great. It's normal. And you have a lot of experience when we talk about ICAN. I like the fact that you are saying it out and you are, laughing about it. Two things. Exams are put for people. Relax yourself. Eat good food. Taste nice. Just maybe go to pool, relax yourself, and do that. Think you.
That your voice is breaking, no? It's breaking. I can't hear you.
Oh, in Nigeria. Hope others can hear me.
Yeah, it's actually breaking. I think it's the network.
Talking seriously.
Okay. What about now?
Okay, you know what, Mr. Hafiz, let's hold on for maybe your network to be stable. Let's let Ini go. Okay, Ini, please unmute yourself. Quickly go while we take Mr. Hafiz after.
Okay, I just want to address that last question because I've actually experienced it. And what I want to say is that it shows that you are learning. It's actually, research has shown that when you are learning and your brain is linking concepts together. So there could be a jam at times. So please, to anybody that is facing that, do not panic. It's actually the process of learning. When new neurons are growing, when you are learning a new concept, and when you are practicing, it will happen like network jamming. But why that happens is so that you can distill concepts. It's good that you even recognize that, oh, I'm solving something and I'm actually infusing capital weighted average cost to this formula. It shows that you are learning. It shows that your brain actually understood what you learned. So what I want to encourage us as students to do is that when you need to understand your, please, who is that? You mute your mic. What I need you to understand is that when you are when you are revising, you should know that you are revising and you are practicing and not in an exam. So don't feel pressurized, don't feel like a failure when you are revising, when you are reading. And even to the first person that said that at the beginning, when we were saying that practice, and you're afraid to practice, the thing is your brain is already anxious because you think you are in an exam, you are in an exam setting. You are not, you are revising. The whole purpose of practicing is to fail. That's why we even do mock exams, so that you can fail and then know your area of weakness and work on it and strengthen yourself there. Mock exam is not to pass. It is not an ICAN exam. It is just mock. It's just to put your brain in preparation for the actual exam setting. It's to rehearse your mind so that when you enter the exam hall, that is not the first time you are writing the exam. And that also treats your anxiety. I know this because I used to be very anxious. It was in my final year when I even joined the IOC, that I understood what was happening. I was able to pass my last 2 exams very well. So please don't be afraid. It's not like you are not getting it. It's actually a sign that you are getting it. So all you need to do right now is calm down, drill down on what you want to do on your practice, and you'll be fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ini, for that. And I also have a similar experience. And even some of you might start dreaming about numbers and or some of the some of the topics. I'm telling you, it's true. You might start dreaming. Like in the exam, we are doing this topic and doing that topic, So it's normal. It's I don't know whether I would say it's exam anxiety or something. I don't know what to call it, But these things happen. So, Mr. Hafiz, could you turn off your mic and let's hear from you now?
So, Alpha, now, can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, it's clear now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, Ini captured one of my points. Relax yourself. So the method I use and that I tell students is that when the exam is approaching, if you didn't adopt it for the next, for those of you that are going into the next and adopt it, that is the best time to relax yourself. Don't pressurize yourself. Attempt question, do vision, and when you are solving, like that man said, you are solving cash flow, you are seeing cost of capital. What you can do, just do relax yourself. That's it. Focus on it, then come back to it. Will now come to normal. It's more like what she said. That shows that you are really learning and you are bringing ideas together to better yourself. And what you are facing now will still continue even in the office. Yeah, you in some issues like that. The best you can do is to relax. So many of us feel like an exam, not because what we are doing, because we are pressurizing ourselves towards that period. To the exam, if you didn't do the right thing now, you will have this mixing of imagination in your head. They will ask you A, you are going to answer B. So you need to relax yourself. If you can still do it, relax yourself. Rest by sleeping, by eating. That also helps reasoning. This and it's something I read big professors that have been adopting it since that time. Ask yourself, towards this. Take for men and sleep, read on yourself. Don't pressure yourself. If checking the past question is the problem you have, maybe you should focus on all the discussion in the class. Going to the exam, or you are going to pay for free contribution.
Thank you so much for that. So I wanted ID to add to this, but she's not here. So I'll allow Mr. Yonda also to go, because I'm sure each of us has a similar experiences. We've gone through the exam personally. So Mr. Yonda, what can you say about this?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, Mr. Hafiz and Ini has also worked the majority of it as well. But just one of the things I think I can add to this is all about just to have the confidence in yourself as well. Even though you are mixing it together, just to believe that, oh, I'm going to get it. And that is also to the previous question that some of us asked as well. No, this is professional exam, to be honest, and I think one of our colleagues also make mention of it. Sometimes it's not really about how intelligent that you are. If you are intelligent, it make it to be very easy. But like my lecturer in school, then Dr. Salam used to say that it's not about you intelligent, and I've experienced it before. I didn't graduate with first class but there are some of my seniors that graduate with first class that, okay, they qualify. I think I was in 300 level and they are in 400 level, and I know that they are very, very good. And what am I trying to say in SN9 is I still passed the exam before them. So it doesn't mean that I know that, okay, this senior, I can't I'm not at the same level, because, sometimes we need to recognize that, oh, this person is good. For example, now, just like in football, we know that, oh, Messi and Ronaldo, they are good. So there are some people that are but it doesn't mean that you have to have a low confidence. Like, for example, now you feel that you have not read enough. No, but this is professional exam. What about okay, at least everybody will read chapter 1 now. And you have read chapter 1. What about if the question is from chapter 1 and I don't know what chapter 5 is saying? So please, in terms of still make sure that that confidence is what is there. If you are missing it up, it's still about time. And just like what my colleague Inia said, it's like you learning as well. Because if you didn't if you have not read the cost of capital, then you will not remember the formula. And please, so one thing that I'll still leave it with what my Oga has also make mention is still build that confidence that, oh, don't worry, I will pass it. Even though I don't know what chapter 5 is what he's saying, but at least I know chapter 1 now. So what about if the question is what is chapter 1? If you look at some of the past questions sometime, there has been a situation whereby within the first few topic, that is where the examiner on the question is. I think I was having a conversation with all these students, I think last week. And I used to tell them sometimes that, oh, majority of your questions, sometimes if you look at it, is majority between chapter 1 and 5. So if I don't know chapter 39, that one doesn't mean that you should feel bad on yourself, but you know chapter 2. And we have seen in the time whereby 2 questions was tested from chapter 2. And that is not going to be the end. It can still repeat himself. So God will make it easy for you. So let's go.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. And one very important thing I picked from what you said, which I mean, over time, students that I've interacted with is students coming to say, I'm not that brilliant, because perhaps they graduated with second class lower or third class or pass. And, me, I've seen first class students, like you said, write this exam and fail. So does that mean they are not brilliant just to score 50 marks? So don't perceive yourself as not being brilliant. Don't ever perceive, especially when it comes to ICAN exams, don't ever perceive yourself. It doesn't mean like ICAN exam is trial and error or is gambling. No, it doesn't mean that, because it's a different exam. The exam you took is mainly academic. This is the professional exam. So it's professionalism they are looking at. Your ability, this is what you will apply, is what you learn in ICAN that you will apply in your workplaces, you will apply in your career. So whatever you learned in school was academic theory. Now they are now asking for the application. That's what ICAN is all about. So don't ever look down on yourself and say, oh, I'm not that brilliant, I'm not that intelligent. No, you are. And you can prove it by writing and passing this exam.
Yeah,
So thank you so much.
Mr. Abraham, to add to that, this is my senior that I was talking about. I think one of the things I can remember during my undergrad, at least that made me to be popular, was CSME. So I was the one that still okay, Mr. Ibrahim, you read this one. Let's because our exam, at least in Ilorin, is just one center. So it's not like Lagos or other words. So they only have one exam center.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, I know that it was when I was writing was CSMB that this my senior also qualified together. So we entered the professional at the same time. And he's a first class student. And even there are some of my colleagues in school that they graduated with 2-2. Immediately during the NYC, they qualify.
You see.
And they didn't fail it at all. You can imagine now someone that is still fighting with let me even have 2-2. Or someone that is still, and immediately during the service, Mistura did not even fail any subject in ICAN. And those that graduated we are the best student in class. They are still struggling with case study or SFA.
Yes.
So please, that confidence should be there 100%.
Yeah, the confidence has to be there. Yeah, no matter what. Thank you so much, Mr. Ayanda. So I will allow Mr. Wahab to give us the parting shot on this important topic, because I'm sure everybody has one experience of that, and it's good that we're all sharing it at this time.
All right. So thank you. Consider yourself a successful student and let your mind be at rest. There is never 100% preparation for the examination. You cannot have 100% preparation. So it is not about how far, but what? How well. And at this point in time, part of the tension that we are giving ourselves is that we did not plan ourselves properly. And in planning for this examination, so if you have too much of doubting mind, oh, I have studied this. I need to add this to it. Oh, it's still remaining this. Okay, I want to solve additional 4 or 5 questions relating to this. Oh, I see another material again that's saying something that is different from what I know again. Oh, another thing is giving me another approach that I can use to develop something. Stick to that method that you have been planning before now, that you understand very well. Too much of material can destabilize you. Go with the little one that you have. The one that you even have you utilized them? So you are having those ones that you can stick to. You have not used it at all, but you are still going other way around. Let me have this, let me add this, let me add that. So the best way and the best approach to do is that have an understanding of a subject matter. With your understanding, believe me, you will know how to apply whatever it is required from that examination. Just know the subject matter. The way your tutors have been guiding you, if you do it this way, go by this, go by that, the step given to you. Any question, just look for any question. Follow that approach. With that approach, I believe God will crown that your efforts. So thank you all for your time. At this period, please don't forget to relax as well. You have to relax. You have to relax. 100% studying till the day of your examination without relaxation, you can get weak. You may be weak. So you have to relax, take a break, sleep, eat very well. Then come back to your notes again. 2 days to your examination, you don't need to be studying again. You don't need to be reading. calculating 2 days to your examination. What you just need to be doing at that particular period in time, you can be glancing through all what you have been doing. So for these 9 days, use 7 days for practice. The remaining 2 days, just use it for just relaxing and be doing your notes, see what you have done and that. So by that time, a day to your examination, don't eat that food that will be giving you running stomach. Then conquer that your fear, that fear in you, remove it now. Remove it now. So focus, be focused. So we pray that at the end of this exam, so you will all come out with a flying colors. What we require from you at IoT, what we require from you is just give us 80%. If you can score 80, you are good. My brother, if you score 60, if you are determined to score 60, just know that your benchmark is 60. So plus or minus, just give IoT additional 5 to it. That is 65. Don't go below. So if you plan towards this, if we have best graduating students, we will all be called a chartered accountant. Then your practice will now come in place after you are chartered. We have a lot of goodies for you after your examination, after you have passed, after you have qualified. So IoT still do what? Still partake in your activity. So we have a lot for you. So do well by getting prepared, adequate preparation for the examination. And we pray that we will all come out with a flying colors. Thank you.
Amen, amen, amen. Thank you so much, Mr. Wow. My own benchmark for you people is 100. 100 or nothing. Score 100, bring home all the prizes for us. I mean, I think almost every diet we get a prize winner now.
Yes,
And
yes.
2 diets ago, we had the best qualifying students and we've had other prize winners. Even some of them don't even intend. But when you get the prize, make sure you come back, go for the prize, target the prize, be a prize winner. We want you to be a prize winner, and we know it can happen. So I will take the last question for the day, then we'll call it a day. This is going to be the last question to allow you guys to go relax and prepare for your exam. So finance, Idris, is this Idris or Egdis?
Okay,
Finance
good
Ed.
afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
This is Ibukun, right?
Okay.
So I'll first of all like to say thank you so much. It was really great joining this platform, and I really appreciate all the lecturers. You guys, you rock. You did so well with our lectures. Yeah, but my fear is public sector, and it's a lot. Public sector it's, even if the calculation aspect is a bit you can read and understand it, solve questions. That theory aspect, right? Where do you even start from? Because there are so many things to try to understand. Where is the focus? Where is the exam focus? What are we looking at? Because I'm reading. It's not ending. The it's a whole dictionary on its own. So I don't know if you guys can help us with like just pointing out the places that you feel are likable, they are likely to come out in our exams. Yeah, that's just my question. Just public sector. That's the issue for me. Thank you.
Okay, so the person to answer this question already knows himself. So, Mr. Go ahead, please.
All right. Edis. So for public sector, in fact, the theoretical aspect, I am the one that take the theory aspect of that syllabus. So you don't also need to be panicked. In fact, if you have been following with the class, you will see that most of what the theory is talking about, they are real life scenario, mostly. And what I will also need you to put in place is that the current issues, what is the current issue that is happening, that is applicable in the economy? You have to know 1 or 2, the current issues. And if you look at the old topics, theoretically, they are linked with one another. So they are linked with one another. So what I'm going to do for you is that I'm going to draw out a key topics that are regular in terms of theoretical aspects of public sector accounting and finance. I will make sure that I do that, and I will send it to you on your WhatsApp group today. Then please try as much as possible to go and watch the video, listen to all the theory aspect that we have treated. You don't need to stress yourself on that theoretical. Once you just listen to those videos, you will have an understanding of what is expected of you. But I will outline the most likely applicable topics in the theory aspect of public sector accounting and finance. I will send it to the WhatsApp group.
Thank you so much,
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Wahab. I know some students also complained about IPSAS, that probably there are still so many IPSAS they've not been able to cover. And the reality of PSAV is that I don't think we can cover everything in one diet. I know there must be like some IPSAS that you've covered in previous diets. So I don't know. I think I can ask the IT team to add it to their course dashboard so that they can access it.
Yes.
And also, I don't know what you have to say about using maybe one stone to kill two birds, especially for those that are writing FR and they might have taken some IFRS standards that are similar to IPSAS. Is it possible they use what they have learned in that IFRS to also answer questions from IPSAS?
All right. So on that, IPSAS is a standard that are related to the financial reporting. The terminologies used in financial reporting, there is nothing that is changing in that of your public sector standards. The only thing that is different is the application. The cash IPSAS basis and the accrual IPSAS basis, they are not the same thing as that of your conventional financial reporting basis. But in your exam, if examiner is going to test IPSAS, they are not testing, aside from the financial reporting, that examiner will test the IPSAS applications. But the every other one, what is applicable in your IPSAS is theory, their theory. And all the terminologies used in your financial reporting, they are the same. It is only the application that are different. All the terminologies used in your financial reporting are the same. And aside from the application that is different, what is also different is the numbers. And anytime examiner is testing IPSAS, they will tell you the IPSAS number and the name. So the question they will now ask you, they will just ask you the terminologies that is related to those IPSAS. So you don't need to be panicked. You can make use of the same knowledge of your financial reporting standard.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Wahab. So, Mr. Wahab, you sharing some information with you guys later on today. We're about bringing the event to an end now, but I could still tolerate maybe one question. So, Oalete Chinenye, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Chinenye Oalete.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, we can hear you.
Me?
Yeah, please.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So I'm just asking regarding the videos on our dashboard. So I noticed I can't download to my gallery. And then I don't know if there's a grace period after the exam for us to get it on our phone.
I don't know, you were breaking in between, but I heard something like you were unable to download or something.
Yes, I'm unable to download the video, some of the video lectures to my gallery. So I don't know, now that it's a year diet, so I don't know if there's a grace period for us to get it to our phones.
Okay, you would have to chat with admin or technical support as regards this. So also you can download the videos to your gallery. What you can do is, what we have is in-app download. So the in-app download, you watch it through the through your mobile app. So
okay, so if I have to watch my mobile app, is it after it has expired for the diet? I could always watch
no,
it.
you should always, no, you can watch it immediately. You should be able to watch it once you're an active subscriber. You should be able to watch it immediately.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, but you can chat our admin team.
I did.
Okay,
They
then
said
chat me.
They said once the year diet is expired and you can't have
Okay,
access to it
yeah.
again.
At the end of the day,
even if
of
on my
course,
dashboard.
access. Yeah, access is for one diet. Access is for one diet, please. Your access to the videos for one diet, please.
Yeah, so I was just saying, like, is there a grace period after?
Yeah, no, it's going
diet
to be there until the next. It's going to be there until the end of the year. You are going to have access until the end of the year. It's when the new diet is starting that that you would have to renew your subscription.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And then for the this aspect, not all of us are none of us not all of us paid for the visa. So is there a grace period for us to get it across to other subjects, other groups for the breakdowns?
I don't. What was that? You mean the?
Is there a grace for those that they don't subscribe to BISAF to get it to other groups, like those in other groups like writing this FM or PM that are not writing, that didn't pay for BISAF class to get it as well? So he was saying he's going to get it to their WhatsApp groups. So for BISAF, BISAF, the breakdown
for BISAF. Okay, he said he's going to share something and you want it, right?
Yes, like we did share it to other groups for those that are also writing BISAF, but they're not in that group or BISAF group.
Okay, if you want it, we can share it with you. What group are you in?
I'm in FM group.
FM, okay, we'll share it in the FM group. That's fine.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Okay, we're rounding up. Olayinka, Taiwo, Temitope.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I really want to appreciate IoT. I joined IoT last night after attempting PM 4 times, but thank God I passed with 78. Whereas my last call was 19 or 16, thereabout. So I can't see any of our professional tutors here. Where is the man with many stepmothers?
There's a man with many stepmothers. What's his name?
Michael. And
yeah, some of them are unable to make it here today, unfortunately. So yeah, so sorry about that.
My is before now, I wanted to write all the 5 in professional level, but just last week I made up my mind to write 3. Meanwhile, I've been for SFM, it's not even, I don't even understand. I've been reading SFM since I started in July, but last week I just made up my mind, no, please, I'm not. So now I just want to write 3, which is SBR, case study, and advanced tax. I've not really read the advanced tax, but I don't know if there is a guide what I can do. I know case studies, all the experiences in other subjects, that one can be very easy. But advanced tax with the new tax law, is there anything like any guide you can guide us for the advanced taxation? Thank you.
Okay, so unfortunately the A-tax tutor is not yet, but I think it's still going to have the 2 tutors, but I don't know. I will reach out to them to ask them if they will still have a section with you guys before your exams. But as regards your question about the new tax law, I don't think you guys are affected by, if you are talking about the new tax law to be effective from January 2026. I'm not sure you guys are affected by it, but it's better you ask from the horse's mouth. So you can also drop questions in the WhatsApp group, in the discussion group for them. They would be happy to answer. Then, yeah, thank you so much. So Solomon, yeah, thank you. Solomon Fayomi. Solomon Fayomi. Please unmute yourself. Solomon Fayomi. Fayomi. Okay, maybe the person is not there. I'll go to the next person. Muhammad Sagri.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm Muhammad Sagir by name, as you see. So I welcome you all to this occasion. Please, I'm a new student. I need a guidance. I have just gotten my exemptions in July. So I have decided to start writing two of my papers. That is A-Tax and SBR. Please, what advice can you give me? Thank you.
Hello,
Okay.
sir. My network through.
Okay, just hold on, Mr. Solomon. I'll take your question next after this. So, Mr. Yonda and Mr. Yonda, can you quickly answer that? He said, did you hear what he said, Mr. Yonda? I think it's his first time he's taking SBR and one other course. What advice do you have for him? Or did I miss something? Mr. Is it FR you said, Mr. Muhammad?
It's A-Tax. I'm writing for A-Tax.
Okay, it's only A-Tax you are writing.
And SBR.
SBR, yeah. A-Tax and SBR. And this is your first time, right?
Yes, this is my first time.
Okay.
Okay.
So what advice do you have for him, Mr. Yonda? First timer, writing the final level, one very powerful course, SBR. And I feel A-Tax is also powerful anyways. I mean, every paper in that level is powerful. So, yeah. But of course, we've seen people do it with us, even taking all 5 papers and passing anyways. So, but what advice do you have for him? The only thing is that this is his first time. So, first time, what advice for him to ace these 2 papers?
Yeah, I think the one at least I'm familiar with is the SBR. So maybe if I think your mind or Mr. Michael is around, they can speak on the attacks. So from the SBR part of it, at least what you just need to try as much as possible to try to know is you need to know some of the key area of it. What are the key area of what in SBR, just like what you have in CR before. At least you have the group account, so make sure that you are familiar with all the group account aspect of SBR. And I think there are like 8 aspects, like the foreign group. So anything that has to do with all the different aspect of of group account that you have in your syllabus, you have to try as much as possible to be aware of it. And also regarding your ratio analysis, you need to at least, I'm sure even you could have done that in your FR. So some of those formula, how you interpret it is very, very important. So, and your accounting standard, at least if you look at from SBR perspective, there are some standards that they are very, very common, that at least there's a particular past question trend that IoT has sent to the group. So that is really helpful, that you can see that, let's say in May 2019 now, what is the accounting standard that was tested? So you're able to see it. So, and that is very, very useful as well. And from FR, you used to see a lot of IS 37, IFRS 2, which is share-based payment, IS 19. So all those standards are very, very common. It's not like, for example, now you are writing SBR and you're learning IS 20. That's not really there have not even been any question on an IS 20 before for the final level. So all those standards that are very, very common, make use of the guide. And if you check your group and you are going to you see it there. So know your group account, know your ratio, and don't forget, at least nowadays, we keep on on sustainability reporting. So please, and that is very, very important. And those are if you look at your study text, I think it's between chapter 1, chapter 2, 4, and 5. So those are where the theoretical aspect of what SBR is. So make sure you read the theory so that you can use it to back up with. So your chapter 1 and chapter 1 to 5 of your study text, good. Your group account, your ratio analysis, And also the word, I pray that the standard they are going to bring it to be something that you'll be cool with. And I think if you're able to pass it, it's not really that difficult. So that is just for me, and speaking from the angles of what SBR. I don't know if Mr. Funchir, anybody can have to thanks.
Okay. Mr. Can you add to what Mr. Yanda said, especially in terms of advanced taxation?
What is your petroleum profit stocks?
Yes, you are correct. Under the advanced tax, petroleum profit tax.
Yeah, it's a sure banker.
It is key. PPP.
Yeah, it's a sure banker.
It's certain. Then you have your capital gain tax.
Yeah.
Capital gain tax.
Hello?
Are we together?
Yeah, we are together.
Then
Together,
most
sir.
especially, you have the theory aspect of what is called we call it. Hey, I wanted to get that aspect clearly. I think don't let me use what is it called, information that I don't have 100%, but the one that I'm certain about is those one that I've mentioned. So you can as well chat the admin. Are you on the group, a tax group?
Yeah, you should be in the
Yes, I'm
tax group. Yeah.
Okay. So
No, I'm not on the A-tax, sir. Sir, I'm not on the A-tax group.
Oh, you're not on the A-tax group. Okay, okay.
Sir.
Yeah, but there's this chart of chart that we sent out for trend analysis. So you should have it.
That is also a supporting one as well.
Okay.
So that chart is very important, showing the trends of questions over the last, I think, over 10 years now or something. So that chart is very important.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Muhammad. Thank you, Mr. I think I can only take one more question. So I will take Mr. Solomon Fayomi. So others, I think we will take your questions in the groups. Unfortunately, we have just about 10 minutes until the end of this event. So Mr. Solomon Fayomi, yeah, please. That will be the last question for today. Yeah.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and I appreciate your effort and all other instructors. Sir, one of our colleagues just spoke about the video downloading. Mine may not be as question, is more or less like a feedback, I will say. I personally suffered from downloading that. Even now, I am not yet to cover the video because my phone crashed along the line. When I joined the IoT, I wrote FR twice, and I have the same mark, just as Bisola said the other time. Though I'm not a member of IoT, I just joined IoT, this, excuse me, this diet. So I went to get a laptop, even though I took a loan to get that laptop, thinking that all the video I can download it in the laptop so that I can make the video as reference whenever I'm studying. But I discovered that we don't have access to the video except on the app. So that is how I lost all the download that I was able to download when the phone crashed. To download on laptop, I could not. After I got another phone again, I have to start the downloading. It was not easy. So I don't know in our subsequent diet how you can soften this for us, because our phone don't have large memory to keep this video, because they have large capacity of MB. So I don't know if we can get access to download this thing on our laptop and not stay on the app, so that we can easily have access to it. This is my take, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fayomi, for that feedback, and it's good. Yeah, so it's a very valid point because many people might not have enough space on their system, like you said. So I mean on their phones, like you said. So personally, our developers, they are working on making it downloadable on the laptop, but we don't know how long this will take them because firstly, this is going to be like a new technology in terms of it hasn't really been done by any institution. I think the only institution that has something similar would be YouTube, and even the YouTube is temporary download that you can access on your lap. And the way it works is not like it's not as if it is downloaded on your laptop. It's actually downloaded on your browser. So and it's available. And when you have so much of that kind of videos on your browser, after some times, it could also crash your browser. So it's not advisable. But we discussed this with our developers. They are working on it so that people can download on their laptops. But these are the options we usually give students. So number one is that you can try and get a tablet, whether it's Android or Apple tablet, where you can download. You can use that tablet get the one with a very big screen, like 10 inches or above. So you can have all that. And you know that there are some of these tablets now that are doing like laptops that come also with keyboards. So you can actually download the app and still have your video. So all you need, maybe you need about 1 terabyte of is it 1 terabyte? Yeah, I think 1 terabyte. Yeah, 1 terabyte of size. That would be sufficient to cover all the videos. And yeah, it's a valid point. I'm already looking into it. And one other thing is that we also can assist you on how to mirror from your mobile device to your laptop. So if you are interested in, maybe you prefer learning on your laptop, so we can put you through the process of how to mirror from your mobile device or tablet to your laptop or to your TV. So that is also another option. So because you also spoke about size also, another thing we might be doing for people that have limited size is that sometimes once to watch the videos, maybe you don't have cost to refer to it and you want to take it off your phone also, we can also help you with the process of removing it so that you don't have a large, you don't have too much videos occupying your phone space. So those are the options that are left. So the meeting ends in 5 minutes. Let me take this opportunity. Maybe I would allow one more person to talk, but before we bring the call to an end, let me use this opportunity to thank all the presenters, the speakers today. Mr. Olatunji Wahab, thank you. Despite you just recovering from an illness, you still made time out of no time to join us. Mr. Wasiu Yonda, also, I really appreciate your presence here. Miss Ini Indioko, thanks for, I don't know whether Abba is your new surname. You didn't tell us, or you didn't call us for the wedding.
It's
But
not,
thank you.
it's not. It's not.
Okay.
It's in
Thank
Diogo.
you. Thank you so much for joining the call. Also, really appreciate you. And Mr. Hafiz seems to have dropped off the call, but we appreciate you also, Mr. Hafiz, and Mrs. Indojesit. Also, thank you all for joining. All the students that joined, you guys are why we call ourselves the IoT family. Without you, the IoT family is incomplete. And I appreciate you all joining on this call today. And I'm optimistic and I pray that you would all go for your exams starting from 18th of November, and you would make us proud. So we are still here. We are still going to be in the WhatsApp groups. You can still come to the customer support or IT support for any technical or any kind of support that you need or administrative support that you need. We are always there to respond to you. Thank you all for joining. If you have more questions, you can always reach out to us on our customer. You can reach out to our customer support on 07044576011. I will take that again, 07044576011. If you are joining us from outside Nigeria and you would like to join the IoT team, maybe for your ACCA exams or CISA exams, you can also reach out to us using the dialing code +234. Make sure you enter the dialing code of +234 7044576011. I wish you all good knowledge, retentive memory, and success in your exams. We are happy to get more messages from you also, so feel free to reach out to us through our customer support or through the mobile number I left earlier. Have a wonderful day. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye, Mr. Yoda. Bye, Mr.
Yeah.
Latunji. Bye.
So I thought you wanted to take one more question.
Okay,
Is
let's
that
take your question. I'm not sure if okay, but let's take it, Jemima.
Okay,
Let's see if we can take
sorry,
it.
thank
Because the
you.
call will end automatically in a few minutes.
Okay. So sorry. Okay, I wanted to ask that if I'm done answering question 1, can I turn to that same question, same sheet and answer question 2, or I have to go to a fresh sheet? Because I was told that answers scripts are distributed to make markers based on question. I don't know if you understand my question.
Yeah, Mr. Yanda, we've answered that before, Mr. Yanda, but quickly give us a
No problem. So I think what you just do, make sure that you are starting the words every answer in another sheet entirely. So even I think if you can remember, Mr. Reader will make mention, okay, let's say this is question 1. I'm through with question 1, and there's a space that I can start 2 with. No. So don't do that. So you go to the next one and say that, oh, I'm starting question 2 on page 3. So you don't merge question 1 and question 2 together. So each question should be on a separate page.
All right.
Yeah, but you can answer like question 1A, question 1B, question 1C, question 1CII. You can answer them on the same page. But question 2 and question 1 must not be on the same page. One question and the other question must not be on the same page.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Bye.
So thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye. The call ends
Goodbye.
in about 40 seconds. So take care. I wish you all success in your exams. Thank you, Mr. Latunji.
You're welcome,
Thank
sir.
you, everyone. You can also message me
Thank
on
you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
0808 066 0808 066 5292. You can message me. I will take your call. Message me on WhatsApp. I will respond. But take care for now.
All right. Is it recorded, please?
Yes, it is recorded. We will share the recordings with you very soon.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
You're in America. You're in America, enjoying yourself.